Okay, so let's have a look at what social media marketing actually means. What is it? Yeah, and we got to put this in the context of the definition of marketing. Yeah, I studied marketing in the very early days in the 80s, and my main sort of guru in marketing was Kotler. And over the years, marketing has sort of developed from traditional marketing to online marketing, but the basic concept has not changed. If you look at the definition of marketing, it's the activity of creating, communicating, delivering and exchanging offerings that have value for customers. Yeah, so you supply, you deliver, you exchange products or services that have a value for your customers. So, two very important aspects here. There is value and there is customer. And that is what we capture in the marketing concept. You put the customer at the core of what you do. Yeah, because when you do that, you automatically will look at what value are we giving to the customer. Yep, so take social media marketing in that context. Then the second part of the social media marketing sort of term is the word social media. What is social media? When I explain social media, I'm using the 3 C's. The 3 C's of social media marketing. And they are content, their community, and campaigns. Content is the fuel of your social media. Content is the currency of social media. If you have really good content that you can share on the internet, yeah, using various multiple social media channels like Facebook, like YouTube, or like video, or like Instagram, or blogging, you name it, yeah, people will engage with your content. And then when people start engaging with your content, they may come back for more content that you supply, and they will then become part of your community. So community is a very important aspect of your social media definition. With really good content, you can create communities. And then you can push that process by running campaigns. Yeah, and a campaign makes it relevant for businesses. Because when you run a campaign, you have a goal for your campaign, you have an objective, you have a start date, you have an end date. Yep, and that is what social media marketing is. It's all about running campaigns to develop your communities with really exciting content. And then you put it into the marketing context. You do that with the customer in the core of what you do. Yeah, so if I then take that to a definition of social media marketing, is very basic. It says the use of social media to develop a company's brand, increase website traffic and boost sales. That is what we call social media marketing. Yeah, the most important aspect here is that you need to have an outcome. You need to have a result which is customer related. And that is where the sales element comes in. You do this to get the customer to do something, and in the end, that is buying your product or your service. Yeah, so social media marketing is not the tactical combination of your social media networks, yeah, to reach as many people. There needs to be a goal to it. And when we talk about marketing, it comes down to selling your product or service with a value. Yeah, so that is the kind of the call to action, as it were, that comes out of your social media marketing. So keep that in mind. Everything you do with your social media marketing in the end comes down to reaching your goals or achieving your objectives of developing your company's brand, increasing website traffic, or growing your sales. Now, a big benefit that you're getting these days in digital marketing and social media marketing is data, is intelligence, is knowledge. In the early days of marketing, the biggest problem has always been how to measure the success of your marketing campaigns. If I ran adverts in a magazine, how do I measure the effectiveness? If I do a PR campaign and they write about me in a newspaper, how do I measure the effectiveness of that? How can I track that when somebody buys a product, it actually is as a result of the PR campaign that I ran? So in the early pre-internet days, the only way to measure customer engagement, as it were through loyalty cards or credit cards. With a loyalty card, you had some basic customer data. Through credit cards, you could track transactions. But it's very difficult to relate that to your marketing. Then the internet emerged. And all of a sudden, I could track traffic to my website. I could see how many people visit my website. Are these people that visit my website for the first time? Are they returning visitors? What are the most popular pages that they see? How long do they stay on my website? And are they actually buying my products? So that was a major advancement of marketing in the early 2000s. And then when social media emerged, it all of a sudden became possible to measure engagement. How many people are having conversations with us? I could even measure sentiments. Are people positive about my brand? Are they negative about my brands? I could track the effectiveness of my marketing campaigns. I could measure the effectiveness of my advertising campaigns that I ran online. So today's reality is that we can measure everything. We can measure clicks, we can measure transactions, we can measure engagements, we can measure return on investments. And we can now even take that a step further through artificial intelligence, that we can actually start making predictions how people may respond to campaigns that we're going to be running. So it's a very important aspect